All right, come on in here. So this is the space that we're working with. This is where our kitchen is going to be. We're thinking L-shape, but I wanted to talk to you since I have you here and discuss kind of what homeowners should think of when you're doing a renovation in your kitchen. What is the first thing that you should consider when you're starting from scratch and you're doing a renovation on your kitchen?
Well, what I like to think of and what we like to do over at Millmont in our planning when we do it is you always want to maximize your space as much as possible. Mm-hmm. Dead corners, dead spaces, nobody wants.
It's a waste of space.
You need a lot of storage in a kitchen, right? Then after that, you've got something that I call when I train people a given, which are things that you can't move. Okay. Example, our window here. That's a given. Now, mind you, in construction, we know we can move them, but most of the renovations, people are not moving their windows.
So we have to work around it. That changes your budget too. Like that's a whole other thing.
So we have to work around it. Mm-hmm. So when I say a given, it means it's a fact. We can't change it. So in other words, when we have a window like this, normally you're going to want your sink to be in front of the window. Mm-hmm. So that's my first given. I've got a sink centered into this window. We determine the sink size according to the cabinet size according to the sink size you want. Okay. So that's step one. And then step two, we've got our electrical for the stove over in that corner over there. I'm not a big fan of having my stove right up against the wall because you don't have any elbow room.
I don't love it, but sometimes
you're stuck with it sometimes.
This space specifically, we are stuck with the current layout, so we do have to do it. Generally, I wouldn't love putting it right in the corner like that, but it's what we have to work with. It's a given. Yeah,
so it's a given. Yeah. That's where it's got to go. So now we know that we've got a stove here, we've got a sink cabinet here, and we got some space in between. Okay. So you just fill it. That's how you basically design a kitchen. Okay. Place your stove, place your sink, place your fridge, and then just fill the space with what you want.
Okay, and everything else kind of is option. So you like to do drawers?
I like to do drawers a lot. I like to do drawers a lot because drawers are easy access, easy reaching. Mm-hmm. Now, obviously, if you're cost conscious, more drawers will cost you more money. Yeah. But in the long run, I think for storage and accessibility, it's a lot easier and a lot better for you.
Okay, yeah, I mean, it is important to have the best use of a small footprint like we do right here. And so I do like drawers. Another thing we have to deal with, and the specific renovation is going to be, we want it to be as low maintenance as possible. What can you do in a kitchen to keep it as low maintenance as you possibly can?
So when it comes to kitchen products, you've got your box and you've got your doors, okay? You've also got different kind of drawers, but we're not gonna get into that right now. Let's just look at your door. Now, if you want low maintenance, you want the door as flat as possible, or if you have a shaker door, maybe a slight bevel so the dust doesn't collect, easy to clean, easy to maintain. So that's your door style. So think of the style, but it may change the look of what you want though. So you might want to sacrifice a little bit on the dust collection and have the look that you want. Then you can also consider different kind of products. So there's painted products, there's stain products, there's the thermoplastic, which is a vinyl coat over top of it, which is very easy to maintain and clean. And then in our case over here, we're going to have some laminate doors, which is just flat, simple,
very
and
easy to wave down. It still looks very nice.
And very durable.
Yes, which is super important.
Yes, it's got a thick coat on top of it versus where a paint or a stain can get chipped and you have to touch it up over time.
Gosh, which is always a pain.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a quick question?
Yes.
What do you find is on trend right now? What is super trendy when it comes to your kitchen?
Trendy inside of a kitchen, I would say a lot of people like to have big drawers near their stove, mainly on an island sometimes, to be pots and pan drawers. Now, a lot of people, since I mentioned I like drawers a lot, people are putting everything in there. They've got some bowls in there, they got some plates in there, they got special holders. But I would probably say that, a lot of people are liking to use more drawers and to have like some little gadgets inside of your kitchen that are useful.
I like that. You know, and I'm guilty for the drawers too. I do the same thing.
Gadgets are going to be good, but you don't want to go crazy and use stuff that are just going to blow the bank and not be useful. Like you got to be smart about it. Sometimes you're going to get some magic corners, which they call like a peanut corner, which is shaped like a peanut. Yeah. I love it. It's awesome. It's beautiful. But then if you've got the real magic corners, a big square rack that's inside of the corner. So you maximize the storage space inside of your cabinet.
Instead of the peanut.
Instead of the peanut. So there's nothing wrong with the peanut. We've used it a lot. It's a look, it's a taste, it's what you want. Sometimes you have a water filtration machine in the back and you can't use it all anyways. So I guess what I'm saying is think it over and put the proper little tidbits, additions, little gadgets, whatever you want to call them, put the right ones that work for you.
Okay, so instead of rushing, take the time, think about your space. Your first steps are going to be your givens, so your appliance triangle here, and then you fill in the space accordingly.
Yes.
Okay.
And find yourself a good company to be working with.
Yes.
Most of us, we're going to be doing all these designs to help you out at no extra cost. So take advantage of what you have out there. The professionals are there to help you.
Oh, I like that.
So me personally at our showroom is Kestle. We sell the product for Milmon. And our showroom in Newmarket, when people come to see me, some of the questions I like to ask is, do you have kids? How many kids do you have? And that'll help you out for the maintaining of your product. Example, you may like a white kitchen that is painted white. But if you've got children, the paint that's on your cabinetry is similar to the paint that you use on your walls. Now, stronger, not like the water-based paints on your wall, but still more prone to nicks and
wear and tear
and stuff like that. Where if you have wood stains, the varnish is a little bit stronger than the paint. So I try to guide people by finding out what's their usual lifestyle, what do they do. You know, designing a kitchen for someone, you really get right in their life.
Yeah,
It's just
but
your
I appreciate
habits.
that because as a homeowner, you're not always going to think of all those things. So walking
Yes.
into your showroom and you can walk through these questions. Here's what you should think of. This is why. Let me into your life. Let me into your kitchen. What are you thinking? What are you brainstorming? Your kids. I think
All
that's
of that.
wonderful.
We need all of that. I need to know what you plan on doing on your day-to-day life so I can plan this kitchen out to suit you perfectly.
Do you know in my home, the only person who's messed up the kitchen is me. I chipped the countertop and our cabinet doors. I smashed a crock pot.
Now, quartz, see, since you're mentioning that,
quartz.
I'll speak about that a little bit. A lot of people with the newer products they're using is quartz, which is not really a stone. It's a man-made product. It's a resin with some crushed stone mixed together. So when you would take your hot pot out of your stove and people would think it's a stone, I can just put it right on. No, that's a resin. It's like a plastic, so you can't put hot products on there. You can chip it. It can be corrected and fixed, but yes, it can be damaged and chipped. You got to be careful.
Yeah.
You got to love your product. I tell
think that's
people it's
great.
fine furniture. That's what you're doing.
I mean, it's an investment, right? You're
100%.
spending that much money. Don't
Yes.
you want it to last? You're going to have to take care of it and do a little bit of thinking before
100%.
you make the moves. And I mean, listen, I just did the mistake I made. People do it. I tripped.
So the final thing that I usually do when I'm designing a kitchen for someone, we have our givens, like we said, we place where we have no choice. They got to go there. But we got to keep a good triangle of functionality
Yes.
between the stove, the fridge,
And the sink.
and the sink. I have sometimes taken the fridge and put it outside of the triangle because people don't mind grabbing their products and bringing it to the sink and then bringing it back. But stove and sink is very important to be not too far from each other. And basically, I'm a cook. So every kitchen that I do, I imagine myself cooking in that kitchen.
I like that.
So I can picture myself, if I was in this kitchen,
What
I'd be
kind of space
chopping
do
my
you need?
veggies over here.
Yeah.
So I need the space to be able to put my butcher block over here, right? So that's another thing to do. Just imagine your plan, your layout that you have,
How you're going to use it.
and how you're going to use it. And one of the biggest secrets, I guess I could tell you, that people have a hard time thinking is have an open mind. Think outside the box.
I say that all the time because you can have one idea in your head and you're wearing blinders. You can't.
Yes.
You have so many other opportunities. You need to listen to a professional and take everything they say. I was going to say with a grain of salt, but that's incorrect. Take everything they say into consideration.
Soak it in. Soak it in and
you
consider
need to think
it.
things
Yes.
through because it is a big investment. It is expensive. It's something you use every single day of your life. So make sure it's something you're going to want and love down the road. It's not just
Yes.
a one-time. I mean, it is. It's a one-time.
You want to do it in one time,
Yeah,
but
you
the
don't
problem
want
is you're
to
going to
multiple
live with
times.
it for a long time. So
Yeah.
make sure you think it over good. Take the advice. We like to educate people. I don't want you to be buying something just to sell it for you to go and never see you again. Even though I kind of hope I don't see you because that means there's problems. but basically, I want to guide you in the right direction. So we want to help you and learn from you how you're going to use this kitchen to help you make a perfect kitchen.
This is an L-shaped kitchen. We have our given, so we have our triangle functionality. We have already gone over our plans. We know what we're up to, but he's gonna help me make sure that now that our demo is done, our measurements are accurate and we're good to go.
Perfect. You know me, I like to measure twice and cut once.
You sound like my dad.
So let's take a look at our floor plans and let's quickly take a measurements on our sides over there. So you see we've got our stove over here with the little cabinet beside it.
Okay.
So and then that means we've got our stove that should be finishing about here.
Yep.
And then we're going to be having the cabinet that finishes about here.
So that way we can put some nice trim up.
Ample room for your trim, so that's fitting nice.
And we have our
And
sink
then
and our
we have our
corner cabinet.
sink, which is centered with the corner cabinet. And then if we look at the uppers, we've got a cabinet and we've got our shelvings.
Yeah.
So we've got a cabinet over here.
And then some open shelving
And then
here.
some open shelving that will land right about here. And that leaves us with a nice space for a refrigerator in here.
It's gonna look so good.
It's gonna look awesome.
I can't wait. Thank you so much. This is Claude from Milmon. So thank you for walking us through. And if you need a new kitchen, I know who you can call.